Good Monday to you. I'm back with another short video devotion for you to follow along with your family. Today I'm talking about growth. If you're a teenager, you're doing a lot of growing right now. You're growing from childhood into adulthood, physically, mentally, emotionally. Your worldview might be growing and your perspectives are growing as you continue in your education. Maybe your social life is growing, perhaps by the number of friends you have, but definitely in the depth of those relationships. A sad truth during the pandemic is that you might be forced to grow up a little faster than other generations of teenagers before you. Hopefully, though, your faith is growing because as your brain develops and is better able to handle more complicated ideas and thoughts, your understanding of God and your place in the universe is developing. Jesus taught a short parable about growth. In Matthew chapter 13, 31, and 32, Jesus says, "The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed that someone took and sowed in his field. It is the smallest of all the seeds, but when it has grown, it is the greatest of shrubs and becomes a tree, so that the birds of the air come and make nests in its branches." Now, one way to read this parable might seem pretty obvious to you. The kingdom of heaven starts small, but has the potential to grow to great size. But we can unpack even more meaning if we dig just a little bit deeper, because there are a couple of symbols hidden just underneath the surface here. First, there's the mustard tree itself. In the Bible, trees often represent the rule of God. Other than God and people, trees are mentioned more than any other living thing in the whole scripture. Trees are strong and they live an incredibly long time. And sometimes in the scriptures, God even appears to people near trees. And of course, Jesus died on a cross, which was made from a tree. And then you have the birds. In many places in the Bible, birds represent oppressed people. If you think about it, it makes total sense. Birds take shelter in trees. Trees offer a home. They offer shade, protection from predators, and food. Birds rely on the strength and the health of the trees to survive. And one other nugget of meaning is that the mustard tree originally came from Persia, and Persia is the place where many of the Israelites were taken after Jerusalem was destroyed. So when the Jews were allowed to return home, they might have brought mustard trees or seeds with them. And so these trees started to represent God's presence with the people while they were in exile, as well as God's presence in their home country. But the point of Jesus' parable is to remind us to help the kingdom of heaven grow so that it can become a home for people who are oppressed, people who have no advantages or opportunities, the ones who exist kind of on the sidelines of the world. Those people need our help, especially in this time of exile, when we can't go and do all the things that we normally enjoy doing. I invite you to read this parable at home with your family and think of some ways that you can help grow the kingdom of heaven for the oppressed. That was the mission of Jesus, and so it should be our mission today. Until next time, stay safe and healthy. See you soon.